I forgot how to do this. What key is that set to? Sorry, I need to get this set up now, otherwise I'll never get it done. I can put this right here. I have to shrink it a little. Yeah. Working. Okay, now I have YouTube running as well. Hopefully. That'll help. You're welcome. Your internet sucks now. Uh, are you sure, wasn't always that sucky? It should be up to 1080. I don't know why it's not. Oh, well. I guess you're up shit creek without a paddle then. Pretty much. God, I'm missing blocks like it's nothing. Good God. It ain't dead yet! Well, I am. I'm not wasting items on this. It's early fight. And now it's dead. There's too friggin' late. I need a better damage dealer, period. You know what? You've got 8,000 HP. Surely you can survive the Bahamut. dragon to kill a fucking dragon. What could possibly go wrong? He's even got more magic defense than Mario. So of course he's gonna survive it. Maybe this will have better chances. I believe he gets more attack points. Mario does in any world. And he'll have status immunity compared to Mario. So that's a step up in the world. The only thing I won't have is an FP battery. That begs the question. Do I bring an FP battery or not? Because there's no question that Bowser can get out of this. Even though I haven't put any HP into him because he has 8,000 HP. Even if he doesn't, the other two should, because I just adjusted their stats to survive that shit. So it becomes a matter of, is this going to work? Because the only concern I'm going to have is FP. R2. No, I haven't beaten R2D2. Does that even exist here? What the fuck is an R2? You mean round 2 of Magus and Scala? Because if that's the question, then no. I haven't beat Magus and Scala round 2. And does it matter? I'm not going to use the item that is given. No. That item is trash. You nerfed it to the ground. No. You made that item bad. Yeah, and this is I have 2 middle fingers right now to indicate how amazing that item is. You trashed that item, pretty much, when you gave it the lock status. Peach and no items? That's funny. I don't care how good it's supposed to be. When you put lock status on a lot of haste items, you ruined a lot of items. That's why I neglected haste for so long and only used it at the Shadow Temple when I absolutely had to. Yeah, Peach going first. What happens when you have no FP and Peach goes first? You get no heals of any kind. Peach just sits there like a lump on a log. Also, did you forget? Choice specs are Gina weapon now. You do realize that FP runs out fairly quickly. Choice ring? Where you find that? All I recall is the choice specs, not the choice ring. Or don't. Like always. I already checked one. Nothing about no close one. No, the choice specs was the reward for Dawn. I already beat Dawn, I'm 100% sure. Let me just confirm that real fast. Because yeah, I may have it, and I may also have sold it the moment I got it. Wouldn't surprise me now if I did. Pretty sure it beat the hoe. Be on part 14. If I did it. Let me take a look. No, that's when I started the rush. It took me over 8 hours to do. So... Man, I mislabeled my part something fierce. How did I go from part 11 to part 14? Anyway. Killed Dawn. Pretty sure somewhere she's dead, and I just need to find it. Where is it? Did I not? There we go. This should be where I knocked out Dawn. If I didn't, then I'm gonna be salty as fuck. Of course I lost the first attempt. Prize. Did I not get it done? I could have swore I did. I thought I did. Oh, whatever. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. The moment you did this, that's when you ruined it. I mean, I would have been fine with just no defend. But you had to throw on items too. Your obsession with locking out items is why I will not use haste items. Like, defend should have been more than enough. But no, you had to lock out haste and item. No items means I'm not going to use it. I don't care how good the item is. It's not a get good. It's called stupid design choices. I'm sorry, but I'm calling you out for that stupid shit. No, they would not if you would just... I'm not going to argue. There was a right and wrong way to balance the items of haste. And you did it the wrong way. That's how I feel about it. There are two problems. You want to know why it's broken? Because it's normal. It should be. Haste should be broken and normal, as expected. Bosses could have been balanced around haste. But instead you chose to lock off all items from the player character. You know what could have been done? One ability that completely negates haste. I believe it's called Void, which nullifies status protection. Why not also make that nullify haste? There you go. Problem solved. Then just give Void to any boss. Exactly. You make it nullify haste, as it probably should, in all honesty. So, you know what you do then? Oh, I know they didn't. And they never should have locked items to begin with. No, they were balanceable. All you had to do was just nerf the stats on the items. Nerf the stats to where you had to basically decide whether or not how does that not work? Hell, you could even go as far as to give him negative defense. Or, you know, drop defense completely to 0. That way that character gets killed really easily. It's not haste that is the issue. It's the items themselves. The items are too strong. I mean, I'll admit, Caracola 3, it's not haste that's the problem. I'll admit that, you know, items were also nerfed as well. That you can't just spam Caracola every turn. You wouldn't need to lock items if the items weren't too strong. Because I'll concede that the items are fairly strong. Arguably too strong. And not having, you know, a bunch of Caracolas in your entire inventory, or, you know, a bunch of Mighty Guards, you know, makes sense. No, they don't, but anyway. Well, I still say even from V9 and V8, they should have been nerfed a little bit, and I'm glad they were. You guys did nerf the Caracola spam. You nerfed the Mighty Guards, where they don't affect the whole party. But you know, there's that in turn also is an effective nerf to haste, because now players can't just, you know, spam a character, just throw up a Caracola, throw up a buff item, and be done with it. Because literally, I mean, I'll admit, in V10, V9, and V8, I mean, all you had to do was just throw up a Caracola. I demonstrated that the items were too strong and needed to be nerfed. I did not demonstrate that haste. You can't do that. If I did that for this boss rush, every time FP Buster came out, I wouldn't make it. Aromatherapy costs too much. You can't rely solely on aromatherapy for everything. Okay, let's throw something else out there as well. Even if we assume that FP Buster comes out, okay? Even if we throw FP Buster out the picture, okay, there's still FP Drain, which a lot of times is equal to FP Buster, because there could be multiple mobs that end up using it at once, or, you know, multiple boss parts that use it. Or, you know, the boss itself just uses it once. But the point is, 99 FP You get drained to 30, you're not using an aromatherapy anymore. You have to either have an FP restoring source, so Mario Happy Flower or Royal Jelly. Yes. Both of those you can find in the boss rushes. But even 30 FP a turn is still enough. Because during a boss rush, FP is not an unlimited resource unless your name is Mario. Every other character, you have a limited resource, and to have that being drained, even just 30 at a time, it eats it up real fast. To where you'll probably end up using a Royal Jelly if that move gets spammed too much. And you're going to need all your resources by the time you reach the final opponent. So if you can't kill the bosses in time because your FP is getting sucked up, then you're pretty much forced to restart and pray they don't use it as often. Yeah, I have no problem with FP drain. I just feel like too much was done. You know, FP drain, FP buster, all that stuff. You know, it was fine. You know, haste needed to get shot to hell. The items needed to get nerfed. You know, but lock was where I was like, really? That far? I mean, to me, that was akin to DK going overboard on his difficulty with the mob, with the bosses. Lock status on everything, like, you wanted people to use that. It's like you don't want people to use items. Or, you know, just lock people to 1 or 2 items per turn. Yeah, and haste is only really good on Mario for that reason. Because he has an FP restoring source. Anyone else, it's not good. And see, that's, you know, Mario, I consider the only one who can safely wear a haste item and not have a problem. Because he can still do FP restoration, and in fact, it doubles his FP restoration with Happy Flower if he has it. And Mario going first, that means I can have him attack, and if any counters occur, Peach can heal it off. But that's the thing is, you know, the item that you get from Magus and Scala is not an item that can be used on Mario. So, I mean, otherwise, if it could, I would equip it to Mario. Peach would get the Soul Dew or, you know, something else. And Gina would be finally off that ribbon and onto something much more powerful. It is. It's on par with the Soul Dew. In fact, slightly stronger than the Soul Dew, but it's around Soul Dew level. Of course, without the haste effect. But that's just it. You don't need 2 heals per turn. Once you have the Angel Tiara, the healing on its own from Group Hug is more than enough to max everyone's HP. Like, right now, Peach is literally healing for 5,800, which is more than enough. That's 75% of the HP right there. Peach is basically doing what she did. Which, honestly, I find that a bad thing. I've watched a lot of people do the god bosses, and I have seen haste get used quite a bit. However, the reason haste is so strong is because the stats on the items are too high. Especially the Angel Tiara. Because they can get 30k damage off easily, as well as still having the option to heal on characters like Peach. You take away the stats on the item so that the healing and the ability to survive is lowered. And the item is effectively balanced as a result. Because a dead character can't use items. I know Angel Tiara is still too strong, but for my current setup, the way I play, what I do, Angel Tiara is the only item that I could not want to use. Because I use Peach as my healer and my item user. She mainly uses items 95% of the time. So the Angel Tiara is effectively true. Anyway. But that's just how things fall into place for me. I like to use the other 2 characters to attack. So, I mean, anything that locks out items on Peach is effectively worthless to me. Because that's how I've always played, is Peach, is main healer, the item user, and the other 2 characters are attackers. Take away the items, and my whole strategy is fucking blown to shit, into a shit show. So I am going to find a way to win. I don't care. It's what's always worked for me, and I've stuck with it. Well, when I beat this game without haste, you know, just remember what I said. Because I guarantee you if I put out a haste item, I will not be able to complete it. So, that's where I stand. It's at my own peril. Sure. Actually, I hate to say this, but so do I. Much as I was going to do this today, you know, I've been up since 8 a.m. or so. I'm going on 15 hours no sleep, and I was streaming Grim Dawn earlier. So, yeah, I guess so. Much as I wanted to start today, I think I'm gonna have to wait. Especially with our little discussion. That kind of wore me out. It's I'll get to this tomorrow. You too, man. Shoot me later.